Welcome to week 1 of Playstreets 2020 at-home experience. The theme of this year is fun outdoor play by the decades. Week 1 is the 1950s. Enjoy! Jacks requires at least 2 people, a small rubber ball, and a set of jacks. A game is divided into rounds of ascending numbers, which are based on the number of jacks each player must pick up per throw. The first round, onesies, means that the player throws the ball in the air and picks up 1 jack, then grabs the ball after it bounces once. The player must pick up all jacks this way without missing the jack or letting the ball bounce more than once. If this happens, it becomes the other player's turn and the first player is back to the beginning of onesies. If all the jacks are picked up successfully, the player moves on to twosies, which means pick up 2 jacks per throw, then threesies, and so on until all the jacks have been picked up. The game fouls are if you don't catch the ball, if the ball bounces more than once, and if you pick up the wrong number of jacks. The game of marbles requires at least 2 people, a box of marbles, and some chalk. To start off, a circle is drawn on the ground, usually with the diameter of 3 to 6 feet, with the line on both sides on the outside of the circle. You can use chalk on the sidewalk or use thread or string to make a circle on the carpet. Marbles are placed inside the circle, usually near the center and often arranged in an X pattern, but it doesn't have to be. To determine who goes first, each player must use their shooter marble, which are usually the bigger ones, to shoot the marble from one line to the next. Whomever shooter marble hits the line without passing it starts off the game. To shoot the marble, typically a player will use their thumb to flick the marble from their hand, putting their knuckles down onto the ground. The first shot must be taken from the edge of the circle. If the shooter stays inside the circle, then the next shot can be taken from the spot where the shooter landed. The goal of each shot is to hit one of the marbles in the center and knock it out of the circle. If the player knocks a marble out, then they get to keep the marbles for the rest of the game. They also get to take another turn. If no marble is knocked out of the circle, the other player then gets a turn. The game ends when all of the marbles have been knocked out of the circle. The player with the most marbles at that point is the winner. Some other rules are, if a player knocks the other player's shooter from the circle, then the shooter wins all the player's marbles that they have won so far, and that player is out of the game. You can also choose to play where the shooter marble is removed from the circle at the end of each turn. Next is the yo-yo, and all you'll need is a yo-yo and a smile. Wind the string around the yo-yo in your finger once, then loop the string 2 or 3 times underneath your finger, creating a loop. Remove your finger and wind up as normal. A loop will be there at first, but it'll come out with your first throw. With the yo-yo in hand, make a muscle man pose, bringing your hand towards your shoulder. Your palm should stay as you wind up. Give it a straight snap and release the yo-yo forcefully, extending your arm. Make sure to do this with a lot of strength or the yo-yo will pop right back up to you. I hope you enjoyed week 1 of outdoor play by the decades. See you next week.